Right, I'm here at Gold Valley today to give you some tips on fishing the Waggler. Today there's quite a strong wind off of our back, which makes Waggler fishing obviously a lot easier with casting and that. The setup and rod and reel and everything I'm going to use is just a standard 13-foot Waggler rod. It's billed as a power special, but it's got quite a nice thin hollow tip, which will be perfect for catching roach and rudd and smaller fish. Shouldn't bounce them off. The reel is a nice small open face reel loaded with 5-pound line. Again, the line not too thick, not too thin, but a bit of durability there in case we do hook big fish. Down the business end of the tackle, to start with the float, is a pre-loaded Drennan Crystal Waggler. Again, there's a lot of loading in the float. It just takes one number 1 and 2 number 4s to cock it down to the red. As you come down the line, there's 2 number 8s spread equally and about 1.5 foot hook length to an 18. The reason I've set this out like this is today I'm looking to catch everything. I'm not fishing for anything Pacific, i.e. carp or bream, fish like that. I'm fishing for a little bit of everything, and I hope to get probably 50 or 60% of my bites as the float's settling, as the bait's falling through the water, roach, perch, things like that. It'll intercept the bait. So if you had too much lead down the line, obviously that would make you get less bites. So 2 number 8s spread out will enable you to get many more bites on the drop. Plumbing up on the Waggler is different to most methods because you have to take your time and get it right. The plummet I'm using is the same one I use for most fishing. It's a standard cork plummet. One thing I will say is to always use a heavy plummet. Don't use a small one because small plummets can lie. When you've got a small float on and a big plummet, it's very positive and it's easy to find the right depth quicker. So again, today I'm not going to go out too far, just out about probably 12 or 14 metres, and the way I'm going to plumb up is with a nice underarm swing. With the weight of the plummet, it's not too hard. Just to swing it out, let it land, and you can actually just watch for your float to pop up. So again, I'm going to look to fish probably between 6 and 8 inches over depth. So I'm just going to move the float up that amount. Same, just a nice underarm cast to the same place, and just look for that float to pop up. I've got it shotted reasonably low. There you go, now you can see it sticking up there. It's about 1 inch out of the water, so I know now that I'm that depth. It's very important to be accurate when you're fishing with a Waggler, not only with casting in but with your feeding. And today I can see a number of platforms, and the one right opposite me is going to be my marker. I can use that all day. I can cast towards it, feed towards it, and I know exactly where I need to cast. So with looking at the marker, I'm just going to put the float straight back in a nice overhead cast. Again, I can't stress enough the importance of feeding. It's the most important part of any type of fishing you do. And it's very important this time of year to just keep it constantly going in. Feels like a skimmer to me. Fishing about 6 or 7 inches over depth, same as I plumbed up, just gives you that option of not only catching a fish as the bait's falling through, but catching a slightly bigger fish that has settled on the maggot seat. Yeah, it's a nice skimmer. Again, just guide him towards the net. A nice fish to catch. It's quite a good head of skimmers this size in this lake now, and it's probably 14 ounces I would have said, just hooked in the top lip. Nice fish, double red maggot. Just pop him back. Again, another tip that I'll give you, again, if you can see all the slime on the line left from that skimmer, a lot of people don't bother cleaning it off, but let me tell you, the most important thing is to get that off, because if there's any other fish there, they'll sense what that slime is, and not only that, it'll actually make your line stand out more. So always make sure when you're catching fish like roach, skimmers, anything that will leave a little bit of slime on your line, tench. Most important thing is to clean every bit of that off, because it's a sure giveaway for the other fish.